up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And as you know, Da Vinci's been here guest hosting today. But there's no way we could have you here and not have the opportunity to sit down and talk about everything that you've been doing. You know, because I think a lot of people know you from BMF, but you've been doing stuff before that too.
Right.
So I want to dig into who you are as an actor, what got you into this. We're also talking about Family Affair. You've been doing quite a press run.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You've been everywhere this time around.
Right. I'm a little tired, but
I know.
it's a blessing though to be in this position, and you're promoting something that you respect your work and your craft, and it's dope.
Yeah, Family Affair. That's going to be on Lifetime January 25th. But let's discuss when you knew you wanted to be an actor, because I know you've done spoken word, you've done music. It felt like music was your first passion.
Definitely.
And then you transitioned into acting.
Music was definitely my first love. But as I was doing it, the manager that I had at the time and the people that I was working with, stuff like that, it wasn't really the best situation in the direction that they were pushing me and be like, yo, this is what the people want to hear and stuff like that. I was kind of like a little just turned off by it, and I was acting at the same time. And then, at one point, I was taking Mark John Jeffrey's acting class. Shout out to him. He's a good mentor of mine. He was Losing Isaiah.
Yep.
Played Little C's in the Notorious 50 Cent.
I know him, yes.
His resume is crazy.
That's great. I didn't even, okay.
Yeah, like he was like really like that's my man. Man. It was dope, man. Shout out to Mark again. But he was teaching this affordable acting class and then giving like dope techniques and hints. And then through that, I was just meeting so many people. And then I actually developed a great relationship with Lil Mama. Shout out to Lil Mama. And that's my sister. She's a beautiful spirit. That's a beautiful human right there. She was like, yo, come to LA, like meet my manager. And I was like, yo, man, she's not gonna want to work with me. I got no TV credit under my belt. And she was like, yo, just come whatever. First time being in LA, flew out there.
Wow, that was your first time in LA?
And then, and she signed me. And then I was just like, okay, I got nothing. She was like, it might be hard to get an agent because you got no credit under your belt. And then at this point, I was like, man, I like this. Fuck music. Like,
that's okay.
Forget music. and I was like, all right, bet, boom. So then, after I signed, I actually signed an agency within like the week. And it was like, but you got to go back to New York because LA only messes with big names and you don't got a name.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they were just like, bro, you're gonna be up with like your competitors, their names swallow yours. And I was like, damn, that sucks. And I went back to New York, and then 2 weeks later, I booked Mara Jessica Jones. And I was
That's
like,
amazing.
Yeah.
That happened quick.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, yeah. And I was just like, yo, can I go back to LA now? And I was like, no. And I ended up catching a flight to LA off of my own intuition. I was like, what are you doing in LA? I was like, yeah, I'm chilling. And at the time, I was like promoting with my boys. So I'm just like couch surfing and helping them in nightlife. And then I had an audition for Grown-ish. And I booked that while I was in LA. And it was
Grown-ish
supposed to be
is
a
big too.
Yeah, and then that's what literally like started like my run in acting. Like it was Grown-ish, and then from there, by the grace of God, I just kept booking consistently.
Don't you feel like you got that glow?
I mean,
it feels like people meet you and it's like they're drawn to something about you, like your aura, where people are like, I want to help you. Because a lot of people have a tougher story about how they got on, but maybe this was your path that was kind of destiny.
Yeah, I think I just been obedient to God. I've been seeking God's voice and actively pursuing God. Because at one point in my life, I went away. So I think at this point, I've been trying to just walk closer in the way that God would want me to. And I think now I'm reaping some of the rewards from it. But I know at the end of the day, it's just for me to the only reason why I have this favor that appears like to people, I think, is just to really just put all attention back on God and, and just be a soldier and just fight his good fight, this war that he's probably going to, not probably, but that he's winning,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, then you did BMF, and I think that was a huge breakout role.
Yeah.
Because you had done some things, but playing one of the brothers, Southwest T, main characters on the show, and then acting alongside Lil Meech.
Right.
I mean, that had to feel, and 50 Cent, actually, that was his show. That had to feel surreal for you. Because,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like, I am and was, like, as a kid, probably the biggest 50 Cent fan in the world. Like, I used to just dress like him, think that I was him. Like, I know his lyrics probably better than him, Like, I was, so to book this project and meet with 50 and meet Snoop. I'm a huge Snoop fan, and all these icons and these legends, and tell this iconic story in our culture. I'm like, it feels like a dream.
I feel like I saw you say somewhere before that the love scenes were awkward for you because it's not something that you're so. Are you more comfortable with that now? Because you do have like a lot of relationship type of roles, and I see there's some other movies coming up too where it's.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like it's still scary. I don't think I think to get comfortable with it, you know, that's a different occupation to be comfortable with like having sex on camera. So it's always this one thing that it's always this like, oh, okay, you know. But I mean, when you talk to the intimacy coordinator and you got producers and directors that's willing to work and compromise with you and stuff like that, I feel like it's a lot better. You know?
What was your first scene that you had to do ever that was like, whew?
Love story. It was BMF. I think there was this sex scene with LaWanda in season 1, and they didn't even use that clip. I was just like, boy, I was.
You like, was I not good
so
enough?
nervous. It probably was terrible, but I was just like me and Sydney, who plays LaWanda, like I was like, yo, it didn't come out. Like I was like, oh, thank God. Like, but we were nervous as hell because it's just.
That's good that both of y'all were nervous.
Yeah,
together.
It's different, man. It is different. Like she for sure took my like TV virginity in that space, like that explicit. Yeah, but actually the first person that took my TV virginity was in Grownish, Yara. But obviously it's like it's so PG that it's like
it's not getting into it like that. Yeah, BMF gets into it. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's different.
No holds barred.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about Family Affair because I saw the picture of you and Mary J. Blige when you guys were working. At first, and I feel like every time you take a picture with somebody, people think you're dating.
I know.
You know, the one with Glorilla, that was for a video, and so that was fun because it was like, what's going on here? You got her pregnant, but then you and Mary J. Blige, she actually really wanted you to be in her trilogy.
Yep. Yeah. Mary's like, when I first met Mary, she came to the Broadway play when I was doing Broadway. And afterwards, we all went out to eat. It was me, Mary, Tasha Smith. Shout out to Tasha Smith. Amazing, talented
Love Tasha
director.
Smith.
Great actress. She's tough though. Like when she's directing you, boy, Tasha
That's good,
has
though, right?
no play. You know,
That's good for you,
it's good, but sometimes you want to fight her. Like, woo. No, I love Tasha though. She's great. But then, yeah, she was in a few of the cast, and we went out to eat. And Mary was there, and Mary was just, just giving me great advice. We're just having conversation about life, and she was like, "Yo, like, I mess with your work. Like, your work is like it's fire. Da da da. Like, I got some stuff, for you. Da da da." And I'm like, it's just industry Hollywood talk. Like, she's just chatting.
Like,
then,
nice to meet you.
Yeah. Then she called, and I get an offer for this movie. I'm like, yo, she was dead ass.
Yeah,
like,
Capricorns don't play. She's a Capricorn
she's
too.
Like, she's that, and that's another person in this business that she is mad like loyal, normal, humble, and act like she's you. I'm sure you know Mary.
Yeah, I've met Mary. I don't know her like that, but I love some Mary. I've went to her concert, lined up like a fan to take pictures.
Yeah, no, she's dope.
I'm not ashamed to be a fan.
She sucks at spades though.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Spades,
So she would never be my partner in spades.
Nah, yeah, she blame it on her hands.
Does she overbid or underbid?
I think she both. She just like when I play, I just felt like she didn't know what she was doing.
Are you an overbidder or an underbidder?
I would under.
Yeah, I can see that. You're too safe.
Yeah. I'll under. I'll under.
You're too safe. You got to overbid.
Exactly.
You know what? And the Broadway play, I know you said Broadway was really, really tough. And anybody who could do Broadway, that's like boot camp.
Yes.
Into acting.
It's boot camp. It's military grade, high level boot camp. You're the cast and crew. You're doing everything. And it really worked on your acting on a level that is, like the endurance is complete. Like on TV and film, cut, different takes, all that stuff. But Broadway, bro, you're going. And if you make a mistake, you better keep it. You better keep it going.
And you better make it so you're the only person that knows you made a mistake.
Or you gotta hope that your cast like pick you up. Like I remember one time I made a mistake, I forgot something. And shout out to Delon, and he played Love. And he just he picked me back up. Like he knew what I was like supposed to do. And then he covered it up so well. Like the audience knew nothing. I was like, whoo, he saved my ass.
God. I know afterwards you're like, listen.
Facts. You nervous as hell when that happens. Yep.
And you played Lust in that play.
Lust, yeah.
It's completely the opposite of.
The complete opposite. This guy was fiery, and he was just, any woman he sees, he's just like, yo, ma, what up? But, he was playing that emotion, so I had to give that emotion.
Now, when you let's talk about Family Affair, because that's coming out January 25th, and I know what this press run is about this movie that's coming out on Lifetime. Like we said, it's part of a trilogy, executive producing too. So talk to me about that, and that's something new for you.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it was just so dope. Shout out to the producers, John, Jordan Davis, Jeremy Stain, Bruce, Mary, everyone that was a part of it, and the production, the studio, because they really allowed us to be, hands-on with certain things. So it was kind of cool to be a part of something that's going to reach millions of people, and you could kind of control or influence what they see. And, and those small decisions where you come from, or you walk the shoes to some extent of the characters that you're playing, what the viewers would really like, how they would take this, and you could really change that little thing. And the fact that they allowed us to do that, it was beautiful, man. I was like, yo, I could get used to this. This is dope.
One thing about this movie, when people see it, is there ever a good time to have a secret in a relationship? If you're with somebody, sometimes I don't know if there's anybody that has no secrets. Is there anything that you feel like I could understand not wanting the other person to know that?
Ooh, that is such a good question. I'm sure everybody have some white lies and little secrets, things here and there. But I think the more transparent you are, is the more you allow God into your relationship, and you'll be able to ascend to certain heights that most people will never experience in a relationship. And those people are oftentimes the one that speak so bad about it, but they don't even have the real components of what makes a relationship, so they can't even feel the highness, the divine power in that relationship, because they're so broken. But I think the more you let go and let God do his thing in the relationship, it's like your brain starts acting in a way that doesn't happen to people. So it's a beautiful thing. I think you should, but I mean, we live in a fallen world. It's kind of like really tough.
Let me ask you this, and this didn't necessarily happen in the movie, but just playing off of some of the characters, right? So for your character, Ben, with your fiance, Kendra, right? Let's just say you guys have a blended family. You have a child, but it's from a previous relationship, and it definitely feels like your ex wants you, right? You think so? Let's just say,
okay.
All right. So let's give a scenario, and I want to know if you feel like this is something that you should be open and honest about, right? So they already. Kendra's very nice. She tries, to get along, but it feels a little bit spiteful on the other side. Sometimes people are upset they lost somebody. They feel like they lost somebody to someone else. So let's just say she really came at you. Look, I really want to be with you. Forget what you got going on here. You shut it down, right? But you still have to deal with this woman because y'all have a kid together. Do you feel like that's something that you should tell your soon-to-be wife, or your wife, this happened?
She's trying it behind the scenes?
But you shut it down and you're like, no, because you don't want them to have a contentious relationship.
Absolutely.
And you're not going to do anything, but it's going to get crazy once you tell her.
I would tell her.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be like, yo, shorty, she still be trying to make a little sly remarks, because I feel like, especially situations like that, I think if you're going to do a white lie, make it like you and your boys really went to the basketball game with your son instead of going to church. And something like that, but something to where it's like, we all have to see each other on Thanksgiving. And now if you're my wife and this girl's right here, I'm like holding secrets for her over you.
Right.
She'll be able to feel that spiritually, and you'll be able to feel that spiritually. So there will be this dysfunction, because sometimes, most of communication it's nonverbal. So your spirit could feel what the mouth can't even articulate. So, and oftentimes when girls be like, I have this hunch and feeling, they on point. Right? I think this man, y'all really be right in the ballpark. Y'all probably be so wrong.
We already went through your phone.
Exactly, right, exactly. Or y'all probably have one thing off, but y'all really right there. You know what I'm saying? But I think I would never hide something like that. I think no, you can't do that. You gotta let her know what she's thinking.
Right.
Just so if she's being spiteful, if she's like, oh, let's go to the movies,
but
bitch.
He already told me
Exactly, and at least she knows, because she could just be trying to pick at you, get information, and you don't even know where she's come from because you think she's over that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that, because you setting your girl up for failure.
Have you ever dated somebody with kids?
No.
Okay. No. That's a lot of... No. There's a lot that comes with that.
Yeah, if I was at a different point in my life, I think I would consider it, but that's just something that, I don't know. Like I'm not at that point to where that is what I'm being faced with on a regular.
It just hasn't happened.
Yeah, it just haven't happened. Nothing against anyone with kids. I think it's beautiful. You have a kid. Yes, you'll find your man and all that stuff. But me, like as of right now, probably not.
Have you ever been cheated on?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, that's good.
But I actually don't think I have, honestly.
All right, that's good.
And if I did, like, she was good.
Right. Kudos to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. Yeah.
And Da Vinci, what else do you have coming up besides that? Because I did see some movies on the slate on the way.
Right. So there's another movie that we're waiting for some studio stuff. I don't know if I could really like talk about that, but it's a love story. Then you got BMF coming. I'm probably gonna.
When is that coming?
I actually don't know, but I know the first quarter of this year, which probably should be, I don't know, February or March, something like that. And then I've been doing more comedy. Hosting comedy.
I saw that you've gotten into doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah. It's so scary, but it's
That
dope.
is scary. That's an intimate connection with an audience.
Exactly.
Where they immediately are like,
Yeah, exactly. But it's fire. Like it's a cool way to interact with your fans in a way that they never expected. And then for me, I feel like it's like skydiving. It's pushing myself to the limit. Like I feel like I'm already an anomaly where I come from. It's like people's like, yo, it's like you're walking on water.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I might as well just take a sip of the water, try new things, do whatever. It's like, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
Someone boo me. It's like, bro, I'm already like, by the grace of God, like doing well on TV. You know? So it's just like,
it's different though when Da Vinci gets booed than when a comedian that nobody knows gets booed.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I get booed, I'll do another comedy tour and
Yeah.
then make fun of myself being booed and be like, yo, I really don't care. And at the same time, I find a way, because I've done mental health tours and speaking engagements with college and stuff like that. So I find a way to incorporate that in the comedy. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of dope.
I kind of feel like the experience that you had from doing spoken word and from doing music helps you be on stage and be able to interact with the audience
and
more.
Broadway, for
and
sure.
even doing, I was going to say, even doing Broadway, it's just like you got to go.
Facts.
And feel the energy from the audience.
Yeah, it's dope. You should try it. I think every entertainer should try it, like once in their life. It's like skydiving. You know how some people are like, you got to go skydiving? Hell no, I ain't doing that.
Let me tell you, I had to, TK Kirkland was doing Caroline's. I don't know if have you ever been, it's closed now, but it was a comedy club in New York that every comedian went to. And so he was like, Ange, I want you and the girls from Lip Service to come and host. So I was like, okay, no problem. But you do not want to host a comedy show if you're not a comedian. I just want to say it's hard to do because people come there
to laugh,
wanting to laugh. So he had one comedian come up that was new that he was like given a chance to, and they booed this girl. I felt so bad. Like, because sometimes you can't do certain things until you're more like ready and seasoned. You got to do like smaller. That was like a big deal for like a big comedian. And so, and then when it starts happening, you can't react. Like, you can't be like, she was like, yo, what? Did somebody trying to boo me? And then that's when it really went downhill. Because I think it was one person, and then it just turned into everybody. Yeah. Then it just turned into everybody talking and not even paying attention. Yeah. Then I had to get up and introduce, and I was like, I got on that stage, I said, I saw what y'all just did, so I'm not going to be here long coming to the stage.
I know they was dying laughing.
Yeah, because I was like, I am
But
not
everyone know your voice, though, so you was good. They know who you are, so that's the difference. So they're going to listen like, oh, shit, that's Angela.
Yeah, because I can't imagine standing there and I'm doing jokes and it's not landing. That's got to be like, this was funny at home.
Facts. It happens. Sometimes you say a joke, you're like, there's mad woman here. I should not have said this. and then, like, there was one show that I did. I said something, and it was a good joke, and, like, 2 niggas laughed.
That's all you need.
Yeah, but then I was like, damn, wrong crowd. Yeah, wrong crowd. The woman was not having it. And it was really good,
What was it?
It was something about the WNBA, but but I love the WNBA. Shout out to the WNBA. Shout out to Asia Wilson.
Liberty.
Asia Wilson, that's actually my dog. She's dope. Like, I love WNBA. Women's basketball, they've been killing it.
He's like, let me not make this joke.
Yeah, right. Facts. Right. Hell no. I ain't making the joke.
I want to know. Let me see if I could Google it, because we could Google it.
Nah, I take phones.
You take phones?
Absolutely, because
okay.
I can get canceled.
Okay. Oh.
See what I'm saying? So that's the toughest part from my position. Is like,
right.
So I got studios and different things that's like behind me. So it's like, if I say the wrong thing, that could easily be used. And then So the comedian that's just only doing that, they have the freedom to say
like
anything.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Or if you just started and have no name, you
right.
can do anything. Or
right.
Dave Chappelle, you can do anything. But me, it's like, that's not where I built my life. So it's like I got to play within confined lines. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I cannot wait to see this. Next time you do comedy, I'm coming.
All right, bet that.
I'm going to bring 2 phones so I can sneak one in and get it canceled. No, I'm kidding. But no, definitely let me know. I definitely want to come because I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy. That's one of my favorite things to do. But congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.
Like, honestly, love to watch you on the screen. I already got to see Family Affair. Make sure you guys check it out on the 25th on Lifetime. And make sure you check them out on Lip Service on Tuesday. You're going to definitely enjoy this episode.
That was a good one.
Yeah. All right. It's way up.